It does feel like it's the first time that in decades our Middle East policy has bitten back, and we weren't able to just, destroy Syria, destroy Libya.
Bomb our way out of the situation.
We are not able to do that. And so as pissed off as I am about it, it does sort of feel good to see us have egg on our face. I'm just saying.
Oh, we certainly do. We certainly do. And we've had that egg on our face really since the Iraq War, though. I mean, that didn't go very well for us, and the world knew it. But now it's really pronounced, our failures. But
it didn't stop Hillary Clinton from destroying Libya.
It didn't. No, it didn't. But now we are depleted. And the oil reserves are depleted. And the Iranians are coyly letting only a handful of ships through, enough to kind of get the things moving, but certainly not enough for us to restore the problem. And with that in mind, to me, it looks a lot like the U.S. capability to regime change is certainly off the table. And it looks to me like whatever we do in the form of conflict, it's going to be a lot more limited than what it was before. Indirect, certainly. I would be watching out, though, for what's going on with the Kurds in northern Iraq, because I keep hearing that there's this talk about reopening that front. We tried it a couple months ago. It did not go well. But ultimately, I just don't think that the American empire in the Middle East is going to last much longer. It is pretty much a dead man walking. Especially if they are establishing a deconfliction line in the White House. That to me indicates we're elevating Iran. We're normalizing them, and then we're talking about reintegrating not only Russian but possibly Iranian sources of energy in the long run. That to me indicates that they're at an impasse because they can't bomb their way out of this situation, and they don't know what to do. So they're vamping and buying time. The Saudis are turning on us, guys. I mean, the Saudis, they didn't want us using their bases, and I am hearing that they have a 9 to 10 month plan for ultimately extricating us entirely out of Saudi Arabia forever. Same thing I'm hearing from Bahrain. Same thing I'm hearing from possibly even Qatar. So this is really the end of the American military footprint in the long run. It's just a question of how we get there. It's a question of, is it going to be another bloodbath beforehand? Possible. Or are we actually going to be able to extricate ourselves quickly? I don't know. But it does seem like a diminishing of the U.S. empire forever.
And this seems like, we've had guests on who've believed that this was all part of the Israeli plan, that to have the United States to be truly unfettered. You hear from Netanyahu saying, I don't want aid anymore from the United States. You can't have us in your backyard. You can't have 50,000 American troops and bases right in your backyard, constraining any sort of greater Israel project into Lebanon, into Syria, into other areas, that this was all part of the plan. I know that's a really dark rabbit hole to think about.